It is a pleasure to share this space with all of you this evening. What a time to be alive. We are currently at a pivotal moment in this nation's history. The portion of history we celebrate today in honor of women's suffrage, which we recognize is not inclusive of us, women of color, serves as a reminder that there is still a lot to be done in order to reach equality for all. I was invited into this space to share what it means to me to be participating in my first presidential elections as a new citizen of the United States. Before I touch on that, I must honor the journey that has brought me here today. My family immigrated to the U.S. in 1990, and I was raised here in the lower Yakima Valley. I had the opportunity to apply for adjustment of status as an adult and became a legal permanent resident in 2013. In 2017, I joined the Nuestra Casa team, a small nonprofit focused on the advancement of immigrants, as their new executive director. As part of my onboarding and learning about Nuestra Casa's programs, I volunteered in the citizenship preparation classes. Here, I found myself among a classroom full of adults who attended classes twice a week after spending 10+ hours working in agriculture. I was touched by their dedication to overcome the many barriers needed to pass the naturalization interview and felt inspired to apply for naturalization myself. Fast forward to February of 2020, I took the United States oath and became a U.S. citizen. Voting in the upcoming elections for me means helping ensure that this American democracy lives up to its greatest promise of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all. As I prepare to cast my vote, I will vote deliberately for those who still can't access their voting rights because of a multitude of barriers, for those whose vote is being intentionally suppressed, those whose lives are not being protected, for the children in cages who are still without their parents, for those without access to affordable health care, and for all the individuals who have been waiting for months and some even over a year to naturalize. I will be voting intentionally for candidates that address these issues directly. Are you voting? I'd also like to point out that there are many ways anyone, regardless of status, can participate in promoting our civic duties, one of which is to vote. Regardless of status, you can help folks determine if they are eligible to vote and help them register if they are. It only takes a few minutes, but the impact is long-lasting. Hold the ballot party to discuss candidates and help others make an educated vote. Volunteer with community organizations leading voter engagement efforts throughout the county and state as an interpreter and help your friends and family create a voting plan. So, I challenge you to continue to protect the impact of votes of women and more specifically, women of color. As a community, we need to support substantial and targeted efforts to engage, protect, and energize eligible voters. We must defend our community from the attempts to undermine our political power that has kept us in the shadows. We need to continue making ourselves visible. Voting and being civically engaged will do that, not only for us, but for generations to come. We can make the difference in these elections. We have a historic opportunity to change the course of this state and nation. We must be heard, we must mobilize, and we must vote. Thank you all so much for having me here today.